evening. Everybody think cool thoughts. Good evening, graduates, families, staff, school board, community members. Tonight is a night of pride, Purple Pride. It is a night to celebrate our students, their hard work, their friendships, their accomplishments, and the many ways they have represented us as a school, as your children, as a part of our community. Graduates, tonight is also a night of change. I imagine many of you are excited, probably nervous, and probably wondering what comes next. And parents, I suspect you have the same concerns, but for very different reasons. Perhaps change is a way that reminds us all that we don't necessarily always know what comes next. But I've always appreciated the idea that change is not simply about what you leave behind, it is also an invitation to grow. For our graduates, that invitation is now yours in a new and powerful way. You have the freedom to decide who you will become, what you value, how you treat others, and what kind of difference you want to make in the world. That is a huge responsibility, but also a tremendous opportunity. So tonight we celebrate not only what you have accomplished, but who you will become. Congratulations to the class of 2026. We are proud of you, we believe in you, and we cannot wait to see where you go from here.
One of my favorite memories is throwing a frisbee back and forth with my siblings in the perfect spring weather during those first few weeks of the initial COVID quarantine. I often miss that era when I think about everybody's next step and our family only getting together every couple months or weeks if we're lucky. As the world continues to become more complex, I like to think back on the enjoyable, innocent, and simple elementary school conversations that used to take place on the monkey bars. I like to relive all my friends and my favorite jokes and best stories and find myself laughing until I realize that it will only get harder to make new memories together as we stretch across the Midwest for college. I often think about these and so many other moments in hopes to grab onto them for comfort as time continues to pass, the unexpected gets thrown at us, and the new and unknown creeps in. But sometimes it's just better to loosen the grip. During the COVID period, nobody really knew what was going on, how harmful the virus truly was, how long we'd be stuck at home, what it meant for the future, etc. I didn't want my 6th grade year to end online or over a screen, but without it, I wouldn't have the image of my dad trying to retrieve our frisbee by climbing a tree in our front yard, or the video of it on my phone. Honestly though, my main takeaway from the whole experience of COVID was the gift of extra time. The time I was given with my family, the time that helped develop my identity. Without it, I wouldn't be the person I am today. This past winter, I tore my ACL and meniscus in the second basketball game of the year. It meant no senior basketball nor senior softball season. Was I devastated? Yeah, of course. I put so much effort into each practice, each game, and each team for years, and I loved each sport and the memories surrounding them. But what could I do? I couldn't reverse the injury, so I had no other option but to face what came my way. My effort was redistributed into my physical therapy, but remained in my teens. My work ethic was strengthened, and so was my mindset. I got to have a little fun at practices and pick up new roles on the team, and from this injury, I gained a new perspective on the game. I adapted to a new routine and still shared several laughs with my teammates, because no matter what, humor can be found anywhere. But let's flash back again to the 2022-2023 school year, the start of our classes' freshman year and high school careers. Many of us were excited, but we were also apprehensive as to what high school was going to entail. Are the classes going to be too difficult? Will we be good enough for varsity athletics? Will the older kids like us? Are we ready for this next step? Well, as you can see here today, we were ready for all of it. Did it get challenging at points? Yes. Were there academics to juggle with extracurriculars and extracurriculars to juggle with work and work to juggle with everything else? Yes, but we're still here. We made it through math finals, morning lifting, closing shifts, early morning meetings, English papers, We the People, concert prep, state tournaments, and we did not go down the senior slide, I hope. Despite our initial fears, we made some of our best memories of our lives in these past 4 years. Now, we get to sit here in our caps and gowns, ready to receive our diplomas and close out on our chapter at Albany High School. In all of our lives, we are forced to face the new and unknown. We have no other choice but to go along with time. But that's the thing, we get the time. We are lucky to not only have made it this far, but to also be given the chance to live through multiple stages and challenges of life. Stages that will entail hundreds of different experiences, which means if we clutch on to those comforting moments for too long, we miss the opportunities for new ones to be made. Things are bound to get challenging. We've all been challenged before, but each time we've made it through and become better people because of them. We end up learning valuable lessons and creating memorable moments as a result. It's because of the unexpected that we are able to evolve as people, and without facing that new and unknown, that next step, we wouldn't have some of our favorite memories. So, class of 2026, as we turn the page in this stage of life, remember the great moments, but make sure you stay present and leave space for the new ones to take form. Thank you.
Around late June, these bright orange tiger lilies in my garden begin to bloom. I never fully noticed them until a few days after they had bloomed. Now, decayed and withering, their fallen petals blowing in the wind like distant memories. I almost missed them last summer until I stopped on my way back home. I had never fully taken the time to appreciate their beauty, the contours of their petals, and the vibrant orange paired with light brown spots. It had all passed me by for as long as I could remember. I realized what a shame it was that they bloomed for so short a time. As I went about my day, I kept thinking back to the lilies. For me, the real beauty of them wasn't their shape or their color. Their beauty came from the fact that they wouldn't last. In a way, I see how our time in school was like this. Yes, some days seemed to drag on, and others felt small at a time. But I can't forget to see the beauty in this short time as well. All the laughter, all the sunny days, all the times we spent together. All of that would end eventually, yet it is exactly what made it all matter more. Even when the skies weren't clear and the rain poured endlessly. The tiger lilies in my garden wait for no one. They bloom even when no one pays attention, and they vanish despite me not wanting them to. I didn't want this year to pass me by, so I made the most of it. I talked to people I normally wouldn't, tried things I normally wouldn't. I pushed myself to make the most out of a period that doesn't last forever. I encourage you to do the same. Don't wait for it to be too late to admire the lilies. Don't wait to bloom when someone is looking. Don't wait to start to grow. Time passes us by every day, and we cannot control it. But we can decide what we do with it, how we live in it, and how it affects us. To the class of 2026, cherish every day. Seize your moment. And remember that what makes these moments beautiful is that they are limited. It is what makes us hold them closer. So notice them while they're there.
It's funny, our time in high school started in this gym with freshman orientation, and now it will end here too. Throughout that time, we learned countless things, most of which people wouldn't first think of. Out of all the subjects we studied and classes we took, I would argue that we learned more outside the classroom than we did in it. We learned how to make connections, manage our time, and even how to fail. These are the skills and lessons we will carry with us and will determine what kinds of people we will become in our next steps. I don't want to discredit the knowledge we gained from our education at Albany. We learned a lot. But what about the little things people often overlook? Think about our first days at preschool or kindergarten. Making friends was simple and only required the question, "Hey, wanna be friends?" Maybe we bonded over a shared favorite color or love of Paw Patrol. Who knows? But it's safe to say, making friends in elementary school was straightforward. As we got older, we adapted to making connections in new ways. We learned how to get along with others on the same team, in the same class, or even on the same group project. Unlike high school, after today, we will have absolute autonomy over who we become friends with. We will have to venture out of our comfort zones to make connections, which will be a challenge, but because of our time at Albany, we will be well equipped to do so. Along with navigating relationships and making connections, we also learned how to navigate our busy schedules. Many of us were involved in at least one extracurricular, whether it be sports, theater, FFA, robotics, or any other type of club or organization. A part-time job, planning for our futures, and spending time with family and friends also filled our time. One could weightlift before school, go to rehearsal after school, and play in the pep band after rehearsal. Or maybe it looked like getting their siblings up, dressed, fed, and safely to school, picking them up after, and then going to work themselves. Now add schoolwork on top of all of that. Learning how to manage our time and be disciplined can all be attributed to our time at Albany. Of course, these are all great lessons, but I think the most important lesson we've learned from our time at Albany is how to fail. This sounds harsh, but failing is truly the best way to develop new learning and grit. Think about the varsity jersey that hung out of reach, the college acceptance letter that never came, the job that didn't work out, the friendships that were lost, the test that was failed, the sport-halting injury, the part in the play that was given to someone else, and the hard work that was never recognized. These things suck, and there's no other way to put it. But how would we ever become better if not for failing? What would push us to practice harder, study to learn, not memorize, or adapt to the ugly things in our way? If we had never faltered throughout these formative years, what would happen when we first got rejected outside of them? We'd be devastated and distraught. Not to say we won't be in the future, but it won't be something we've never encountered. So as harsh as it sounds, Albany helped us learn how to fail. The education we worked for was important, but we can't forget the lessons we received outside of the classroom too. We learned how to navigate friendships, manage our busy schedules, and most importantly, how to fail. My friend Brandon likes to say, wherever you go, there you are. So I know that everything we learned will travel with us. I can't wait to see what the class of 2026 will do. Thank you.
Good evening. This is quite a sight. Purple Pride indeed. It is an honor to speak at this important event to celebrate the graduation of the students seated behind me. 60 years ago this summer, a new rock and roll song from a new band was receiving heavy radio play. In less than 3 minutes, the song explained plain truths and gave clear insights into that era's teenagers. 3 lyrics sum up the message. Sometimes I feel I gotta get away. I know sometimes I must get out in the light. The kids are all right. Shakespearean level poetry? No, not really. An accurate status report on the young generation of the time? Absolutely. Sometimes the truth is just that simple. And that was the message sent loud and clear all those years ago by the band who wrote and performed this song entitled "The Kids Are All Right." They called themselves The Who to represent that they were not famous yet, but that was not going to stop them from achieving their goals, which were to perfect their chosen craft, become successful in a highly competitive profession, and to find enjoyment while working very hard to best represent their bandmates, their hometown, and their generation. Come to think of it, those are worthy goals for all of us. The timeless quest for finding one's own path, while understanding it is important and healthy to get busy right now, is there for all to hear. And that last line, "the kids are all right," served as both reassurance to each other and to those who cared for and at times worried about them. And guess what? Those kids of the 1960s are now the proud grandparents of today's generation who are about to graduate from high school. And the grandparents in this gym turned out just fine and are doing great. That's right. As a proud teacher and coach at Albany High School, I can report to all the grandparents and parents in this audience, those folks who have raised and supported them, that the class of 2026, moments from getting away and going out into the light, are, to say the least, quite all right. In fact, they are more than all right. Impressive GPA, many achievements, tech savvy, check, check, and check. They have taken all the notes, quizzes, and tests, answered all the questions, completed all the projects that we teachers can offer. They have excelled in extracurriculars for years and years, putting in the extra time and effort to further themselves to get involved. They have participated, competed, and succeeded in athletics, the fine arts, and all school organizations. The trophy cases display the results, all while being the ones who are, as President Theodore Roosevelt described back in 1910, as in the arena where we strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotions, who spend time in a worthy cause. The light is brightest in the arenas of life, and this class knows that truth. Here's a short list of 3 talents that this group of young Americans excel at. Small things that are actually very important in modern times, but are rooted in an earlier era. Politeness. I especially appreciated the manner these students arrived to class each day with. For years, this group arrived with a friendly smile and earnest hello, even a "how are you?" That goes a long way. How a person arrives at any work site demonstrates their attitude, where their attitude is, and if they are focused and ready for the task at hand. Those on-time arrivals, well, mostly on-time arrivals to class, into our social studies math pod, clearly said to all that these students have a positive attitude, are here to learn, and take their education seriously, even before they enter the classroom. That is inspiring. That inspiration was noticed by this veteran teacher and did more to get me ready to teach U.S. history than even my usual 5th morning cup of coffee. They also possess critical thinking skills. They're able to focus and think in a mature, sophisticated manner. They were impressed in wonderment that Notre Dame Cathedral still stands after 850 years. They marveled at the simple majesty of Abraham Lincoln's brief but poignant Gettysburg Address. And they were in silent awe, witnessing the courage, leadership, patriotism, and teamwork throughout the World War II film Saving Private Ryan. And they were able to understand how deeply important it is that Johnny Cash was able to communicate through his music the concerns of rich and poor, country and city, famous or forgotten, that we all matter in this great nation. Eye contact. This is a confident group. We all know that, very confident. And that confidence, that ability to hold eye contact with whoever they are speaking with, is a reflection of mature young adults that have a respect for others. That old-timey trait still matters in 2026. People have a positive response to eye contact. It is noticed and appreciated. In fact, if you would briefly grant me one last opportunity for a face-to-face chat with the class of 2026 before they graduate and speak directly to them. Class of 2026, on behalf of all your teachers, from preschool to this year, congratulations. We're proud of you. You've been empowered with the power of knowledge. Let that power take you to great things. You're also supported by this great community, the friends and families, all of you are proud of you. When in the future you have a person that comes up and asks you, well, what high school do you go to? Look them in the eye. Have your chin up high and tell them I'm from Albany High School. This is an important night for you. Don't forget it. Lastly, even though I do respect and appreciate the music from this band called The Who, I do have to politely disagree with the song's title, The Kids Are All Right. Kids? No. These are young men and women. Some have already enlisted in the military. Many have been accepted into colleges and universities. Many have started full-time jobs. All right? They're more than all right. They're poised for the future. Impressive set of skills that have positioned them to achieve greatness in the 21st century. These sons and daughters are more than all right. They are the pride of our community. And here's one last prediction. At their 10-year reunion, they will gather and speak of the good old days at AHS and share the many stories of those school days. But the 2036 reunion will be dominated by discussing the decade after tonight with stories of amazing achievements that'll make this community proud. Stay bold, stay curious, and always be proud to have graduated from Albany High School, class of 2026. Thank you.
Families, faculty, and board of directors, as principal of Albany Area High School, it is my duty and honor to inform you that the class of 2026 has completed the course of study prescribed by the Board of Education of District 745 and the state of Minnesota. On this day, Friday, May 29th, 2026. And as such, I declare the class of 2026 to be graduated. This year, the class has voted to have honor faculty read the names and to receive their diplomas from me. So Jacob Boone, Carrie Schmitz, Corey Schlegel, and Sonia Hoffarth were the selected honor faculty. Mr. Boone? Would the first row please rise?
Hannah Doris Arsenal. Taylor Hope Arsenal. Mason Edward Aronson. Kimberly Guadalupe Ayala. Magnus J. Baker. Brooke Catherine Bauer. Ellie Ann Becker. Riley Ann Becker. Larissa Rose Berg. Naomi Lauren Bergman. Gracie Lynn Fisher. Andrew James Blanker. Braden William Blanker. Ryan Robert Boats. Carly Joe Bregelman. Katie Ann Braun. Aiden Joseph Brown. Ethan Stanley Bubna. Peyton Helen Bierman. Luke Stephen Bushman. Jacob John Buttweiler. Logan Allen Chapin. Janelle Chavez Montanez. Joelle Chavez Montanez. Carly Joe Court. Tegan Grace Crumley. Josie Ray Dingman. Olivia K. Durkis. Ace Joseph Donabauer. Brianna Lynn Dossett. Aubrey LaDonna Driggins. Noah Michael Ebensteiner. Rowan Audrey Ellingson. Brady William Evenson.
Carter William Fisher. Cameron Ray Fisher. Madison Rose Fisher. Olivia Lucille Forster. Nathan Nicholas Fossey. David Ernest Frank. Xavier Matthias Free. Carson Michael Gable. Samuel Francis Gill. Molly Kathleen Gable. Henry James Gramke. Zachary Lee Gruber. Elsie Erica Halverson. Lainey Jolie Hansen. Joshua Easton Hoff. Logan Robert Hoheisel. Kyle Christian Holm. Christopher James Holmstrom. Paige Elizabeth Holthouse. Abigail Lynn Holtz. Kira Jean Horning. Kelsey Marie Horning. Miley Ann Jansky. Isaac Edward Jansen. Dagan Lee Johnson. Braden Michael Justin. Maya Elizabeth Justin. Lynette Anna Kaltoff. Audrey May Kleeman. Millie Ann Cornick. Maverick James Kochevar. Abigail Lila Kuhn. Griffin Jeffrey Lang. Kylie Joe Lang.
Claire Nicole Lisi. Kelsey Ann Lobitz. Jackson John Mergen. Alexa Aaron Middendorf. Makara Cassidy Miller. Jesse Antonio Montanez. Lindsay Marie Moonen. Brandon James Moritz. Oliver B. Mossman. Reed Clifford Molzall. Donovan Riley Notch. Jamie Patricia Olmscheid. Mason Elvin Olmscheid. Ashton Evan Olson. Axton John Orbeck. Jack Peter Orbeck. Jocelyn Jimena Overman. Bryn Rayanne Ponick. Jasmine Roberta Penny. Casey Rachel Punsack. Madeline Faith Ramler. Morgan Lillian Ramler. Blake Samuel Richter. Bree Hattie Rude. Carter Matthias Rossman. Evan John Bogotsky Rothstein. Jessica Elaine Rugemer. Brady Cyril Reeder. Cora Rose Rushmeyer. Cole Lehner Salzer. Kennedy Arvella Salzel. Isabella Ann Schiffler. Lillian Ann Schiffler. Ava Elizabeth Schmitz.
Wyatt James Schmitz. Nathan Leo Schneider. Aiden James Schroeder. Greta Jean Schaffner. Jaden Vanessa Sieben. Bryce Stephen Sonecker. Matea May Sandgrath. Rihanna Rose Springer. Gabriel Vladimir St. Marie. Jalen Rose Stangler. Logan Jacob Schwarzentruber. Grady Allen Templin. Brandon Joseph Thielen. Alyssa Irene Tugis. Carson James Trout. Carson Joseph Dale Trendy. Sophia Johanna Rose Cheetah. Jameson Roger Urbanski. Jennifer Valencia Chavez. Caitlin Lucille Vanderweist. Lillian Alvis Van Heel. Raymond Alvis Van Heel. Braden Thomas Vogel. Kennedy Summer Vogel. Hannah Rush Voigt. Adri Anna Wagleitner. Carter Stephen Wasim. Oliver Edwin Weber. McKenna Lynn Willenbring. Henry James Wimmer. Madison Marie Winkles. Miley Lynn Winter. Carl Lawrence Zymetz. Elodie Samantha Zierden.
Would the class please rise? Move your tassels from right to left to signify your graduation. It is my privilege to present to you for the very first time the Albany Area High School Alumni Class of 2026. Please remain standing for the retrieval of the colors. Let's give one more round of applause to our graduates. Once the recessional is complete and the graduates have thrown their caps, Our ceremony will have concluded. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy your evening. Hold on. All right, go. You guys gotta go. You guys gotta go do your loop. We even practiced the recessional during practice, so I think we're done now. They didn't quite figure that one out.